Yeah, what's the deal? No, I just want to tell you about this brand new keyboard I just got. Yeah, it's black. It's got some beautiful RGB. Yeah, it feels good. Really good. It's got some Gateron Reds on it. But man, it's $50. Only $50. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. All right, let's go. Yo guys, what's the deal? My name is Joshua Lopez and I'm here to help you grow and elevate your live streaming gaming experience. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, but if you're returning, thanks for coming through. So a company called Banggood ended up reaching out to see if I wanted to review one of their brand new keyboards. Well, it's the Blitzwolf KB1 and it's their first attempt at making a keyboard. Did a little bit of research because I've never heard of the company, but come to find out that they make a lot of electronics and accessories. Randomly enough, I saw they also make an air fryer, so into that stuff, yeah, but we're not gonna go there. So of course I said, yeah, I'll check it out, but they're not paying me any money. They did send it out for free, so I'm pretty neutral when it comes to this review. I'm gonna say what I wanna say, of course, and they didn't give me any specifics to stay within, so know you're safe. But if you have any questions about this video, please drop them down below, or if you want to hang out and chit chat with me, I stream pretty regularly, so hit me up there. So right whenever you open up your Blitzwolf, you're going to see a couple things. You're going to see the actual keyboard itself. You're going to see that you get a manual, and I'm going to tell you off the bat, I was having a little bit of issues with what was said in here, but we'll talk about that later down in the video. They do provide a nice keycap provider, so if you want to switch out any of the keycaps, pretty nice metal right here, and you get a braided cable. When I say braided, yeah, I mean braided. It's actually really nice. But before all of that, I want to let you guys know that the box that I got was actually broken. I was very concerned because if they treat their packaging like this, does it reflect how they actually make their product? But after inspecting everything wasn't broken and in good use. I'm holding it and it doesn't feel cheap. It's pretty heavy. It's actually heavier than my Huntsman Mini. It's got a nice plastic matte black finish case. Again, it doesn't bend or anything. You're going to go ahead and get a nice logo right there, the Blitzwolf logo. It does on the other side have the USB-C. You're going to get 6 rubberized feet. You get one right here. You get 2 right here. And of course, on the other side. Now the feet itself does have rubber on it, but the thing that kind of brought my attention is that it came off very easily. And of course, because we're talking about Bluetooth, you got the on and off switch that is right here. RGB guys, it looks nice. Now, as far as the layout, you get dedicated arrow keys. Unlike other keyboards, you have to press the function key just to get to those arrows. But of course, because you do have those dedicated arrows, there are some compromises you have to make. The shift on the right side is actually smaller, and you have your question mark on the right side compared to being on the left. But they're still able to keep the standard left shift on there. I think that was my biggest thing when I ended up using the Huntsman Mini, was that I lost my actual arrow keys. When I was using this, I was able to be free when it came to actually, I'm using my left hand, but I was able to move around as far as the web pages and whatnot, but you never really know what you need until it's gone. As far as the keycaps, it comes with an ABS plastic, but it has a texturized matte finish, so my fingers weren't really gliding around. And they're also double shot, so the legends aren't going to fade or go away. For this keyboard, they're not hot swappable, so you can't put any other switches, but they do come with Gateron switches. And to my surprise, they felt really good. You can get red, blue, or browns. This keyboard in particular is the Gateron Reds, and we'll get a sound test, but a little bit later. As far as the stabilizers, they're pretty basic and they feel good. There wasn't anything that really felt bad about this. But one thing to be aware of is that this was supposed to be lubricated, and I didn't see any lubrication anywhere. So yeah. So as far as the sound test, I'm going to be doing a comparison between this keyboard, which has, of course, the Gateron Reds. I'm going to be using an An Pro that has some Gateron Browns, and then I'll be using my own personal Razer Huntsman Mini, which has the purple clicky switches. The keyboard does have Bluetooth. You just hit the switch that's right here on the bottom. It does follow the Bluetooth 5.0 protocol, which means you're going to get longer distance and longer battery life. In addition to that, you get 5 units that you can pair to, unlike the standard 3 that a lot of other keyboards get. So I think that's pretty cool. But going back to the manual being wrong, how it said to pair was wrong itself. So that's a huge issue. If I'm buying something and there's an instruction, I want to be able to follow that and not have to research, but at least it works because I was really thinking it was broken. As far as the battery, it has a 1900 milliamp hours, but I assume if you don't have any RGB on, it can last even longer. I've heard up to 5 days. I haven't tested this out. As far as the RGB, which I absolutely love in general, is all on board. So you're able to control what type of style it is or what color, the speed, and even brightness, all without downloading any software. But to call it the RGB, I noticed that the white really wasn't white, and some of the presets it had just looked like not good. In my personal opinion, I think that the rainbow wave right here is the best looking. But surprisingly enough, the RGB is actually very, very bright. But I think this has something to do with the switches because the housing of them is clear, which helps it reflect. Getting into the software, it's a little hard to find. However, if you go to the website, go to the support and scroll all the way down, you can see where they have the keyboard application. The app itself doesn't give you a lot to customize as far as remapping. You only get a top layer, but you do get 19 lighting presets already there. And of course, you can change the colors if you'd like. It has a game mode that gives you options to turn off Alt Tab or Alt F4. And if you want to get into it, you can set macros to particular keys. But if you don't want the application, you just want to plug and play, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't need the application to use this keyboard. But now, time for my thoughts and opinions. This keyboard, right when it came, already started off on a bad note. Again, having the packaging all ripped up really got me scared, and if I actually use my real money for that, I'd be a little bit ticked off. So just be aware if you see any type of damage on the packaging, you'll want to make sure to really inspect and make sure that this keyboard isn't damaged. For the manual, it was super basic. I think it might have been an old one and they ended up updating the keyboard and having a new way to do the Bluetooth, but that doesn't change the fact that I had hassle getting Bluetooth. I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to getting electronics working, but this was something that really annoyed me. I shouldn't have to, as a customer, research in order to use a product that was provided for me. Like, come on guys, fix it, update it, have some type of communication that is a little bit better. So if I was using this keyboard dedicated to only Bluetooth, I'd be even more mad, but I'm not. I plug everything in, so actually having Bluetooth not an issue for me. But if you're someone who uses Bluetooth, just be aware of that. But for the construction of the keyboard, I was impressed. It felt good, had a good solid weight. It didn't feel or look cheap. The RGB, it was nice on that one setting. But I think the biggest thing for me as far as liking this keyboard was that when I was using it, I did not feel as if I was using something cheap. Honestly, I didn't even have a thought that I was playing on a $50 keyboard. The fact that I could game freely without having any thoughts or noticing anything odd, I think that's really important. And that in itself speaks volumes. Yeah, software might be a little bit messed up, instructions might not be very clear, but as far as actually using it, it's really good. So for $50, everything that you get and how it feels and how it plays, I am very willing to recommend this to someone who's maybe a beginner, someone who's just getting into keyboards, maybe someone who wants to have an additional keyboard. $50 is not going to break the bank, and you get a pretty good quality keyboard. So now you guys let me know what you think. Is this something that you like? Is this something that you would use? Maybe even get it for someone for a birthday gift or Christmas gift? Let me know down below. Do you have any type of concern with the instructions, or are you just gonna plug it in and play? And please, if you found value in this video, hit that like button and subscribe. But in the meantime, guys, my name is Joshua Lopez, and you know what to do. Game up or stream up. Peace.